My name is Joshua Wojcik. I'm a seminarian for the Diocese of Colorado Springs. I am a College 4 seminarian. I'm from Colorado Springs, Colorado. I grew up in Colorado Springs, lived here all my life, was raised Catholic, but my whole family's Catholic, and so a great blessing to have. I have been in college in Colorado Springs at Pikes Peak Community College, of which I graduated with an associate's in political science. And like I said, I'm currently in a seminary. My parish is Holy Apostles Catholic Church. How did I start discerning the priesthood? That goes back a very long way. When I was in elementary school, I first thought I heard the call, just because I went to Corpus Christi Catholic School, and there was a lot to talk about vocations. And I thought about it, but it wasn't very serious at the time because I was so young. But it wasn't until high school that I became more serious, because it stuck with me. But at the time I thought I might be called for religious life. So I did some discerning. I actually spent a year with the Brothers of St. John in a discernment program, where I really grew in my love for Christ and prayer life. But at the end I felt that I was not called for religious life. So fast forward a few months after leaving the program, I was in college finishing up my associate's degree, and the COVID-19 pandemic hit, and it changed the whole world. I lost my job, school went online, didn't have much access to friends with all the quarantines and all the stuff going on, and just so much uncertainty. And so I really turned to God, especially in that time period, because there was just so much uncertainty in the world. And I was praying one day. This was during actually the prayers the Pope had in Italy for the end of the pandemic, and I saw Christ on the cross, and I really felt he had given so much for us. He had suffered and died and given his life for us. And I just felt deep in me this desire to continue and to actually enter the seminary as a diocesan priest. I didn't feel it. It was a time when I really felt very strongly, and it is something, and it hasn't left me since that. What can I do for God? And so I called and applied at the seminary, and now I'm in seminary, of which some of the, one of the biggest things is just a joy of life, just being able to grow my discipleship and relationship with Jesus Christ, as well as friendship with other seminarians and priests. What advice would I have for someone who's discerning the call to the priesthood right now? I would say the first and most important thing is to have a good, solid relationship with Jesus Christ. And some of the most concrete ways to know this is by going to the sacraments frequently, especially the sacrament of the Eucharist and confession, having a regular life of that so that you can really encounter Christ. Also, a deep devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary. I pray the Rosary, and that was something that was so significant in my life, and I don't think anyone could really discern well without having a devotion to Our Lady. And finally, yep, she's right there, to Our Lady. And finally, there are a few graces I would recommend, especially praying for while you're discerning. Is the first, the grace of discernment, to know the will of God, the grace of fortitude, to have the courage to respond to whatever you find that he's desiring from you. And finally, the grace of perseverance, to continue through once begun on your journey. And to the people of the Diocese of Colorado Springs, I would like to say thank you so much for all of your support, both spiritual and financial support, your prayers, and everything that you give to us, particularly the vocations office and seminarians. I would like to thank you for that. It's very beneficial for us, and we're deeply grateful for that. Know that we pray for you every day, and we look forward to helping and serving you in the parishes, both during our assignments, as well as, God willing, as priests one day. So wanted to thank you for that support.